Welcome back, fellow movers. You may already be familiar with the handstand kick-up, which is the handstand entry that any hand balancer should be proficient with. What many fail to realize, however, is that the kick-up is a skill by itself and should be trained as such in an isolated manner. What often happens is that many practice their handstands mainly by practicing kick-ups. This means that you're not actually training your handstand or your balance because your kick-up is not good enough to get into a balanced position, and you thus get no time to train your actual handstand balance. In other words, you're just practicing your kick-up, not really your handstand. So my first tip is do practice your kick-up, but remember to also practice your handstand balance using, for example, wall-assisted drills, so that when you do develop a good kick-up, you will also be able to balance the handstand after you kicked up. On top of this, many tend to overthink and overcomplicate their handstand kick-up. In getting a consistent and good kick-up, we want to eliminate as many factors as possible, making it as easy and reproducible as possible. So in this video, I will teach you how to reduce this, throw hands down with the correct force, place hands correctly, kick your first leg with the right force, kick up second leg with the right force, readjust head positioning and sight, and gain balance. To this, kick with right force, create balance. Obviously, it's more to it than just these two steps, and there are many drills that we can introduce, which I will get back into, but it does really help to eliminate all unnecessary things that you might not even realize that you are doing. First things first, the starting position. In the beginning, you should start with your hands already in the ground. This will eliminate the need to think about how much force you are throwing your hands down in the ground with, and also eliminate the need to think about what hand positioning you're getting into, because you can already adjust your hand positioning to the correct positioning with your fingers facing forwards. If you already checked out my what form cues to prioritize in the beginning of your handstand journey video, you are already aware of the fact that you should be looking in between your hands no matter what drill you are doing. This also includes the handstand kick-up. A lot of people tend to look very far in front of their hands when they're doing the kick-up. This will make it much more difficult to get your center of gravity over your hands, and it will require you to arch your back in order to get into a handstand. It also means we need one more step in our handstand kick-up technique. When we get into a handstand, we would need to readjust our head positioning and our sight, which could easily throw us out of balance. So simply by starting with our hands in the ground, we can eliminate 3 steps in our handstand kick-up technique. We can eliminate the need to throw our hands in the ground, we eliminate the need to adjust our hand positioning, and we eliminate the need to readjust our head positioning and sight. And I promise you that once your kick-up gets consistent and good, you will have no problem reintroducing this throwing your hands in the ground in order to do it from a standing up position. Now the next part is the actual kicking, for which I will introduce some cues in order to make it easier for you. First off, the main focus should be on getting your hips over your shoulders, which should already be over your hands. So use your shoulder strength to sort of push back so that your shoulders doesn't fall forwards when you're kicking up. Keep them tight and in position over your hands. When you kick, you should also make a small jump with the other leg. And here comes a tip that will save you a lot of frustration by eliminating an important step in your handstand kick-up. Chill it with the second leg. Just let it stay down until you have gained balance, until you have created balance. And when you have control and balance, you can much more easily just get the second leg up slowly and controlledly without losing balance. The second leg should not contribute to any kind of momentum. Throwing the second leg up too early and/or too hard is a major source of inconsistency in your handstand kick-up technique and will complicate your kick-up a lot. So apart from a few form cues, we now have basically 2 steps in our kick-up technique. Kick and create balance. This is applicable to both freestanding handstands as well as wall-assisted practice. Now let's introduce some actual drills that we can use. The most basic drills we can use is headstand drills, which will teach us how to perform the kick and jump needed from our legs. We can use the wall here as a safety net and focus on kicking with one leg, jumping with the other with the correct amount of force, letting the second leg stay down until we have created balance. You can learn more about the headstands or just getting comfortable upside down by checking out my absolute beginner's guide to handstand video. When you're ready to start practicing on your hands, the wall will be your best friend. In the beginning, you can use the wall actively and rely on the fact that it will catch you. But eventually you want to move a little further away from the wall and just use it sort of as a safety net. You know it's there in case you fall over, but you don't actually use it. The wall can teach us to use our shoulders properly by preventing us to fall forwards in our shoulders while we're kicking up. So make sure that your head and upper back never touches the wall. Whenever you feel ready for it, I recommend you start training the freestanding kick-up. And remember that no matter if you're doing wall-assisted kick-ups or freestanding kick-ups, that you focus on starting with your hands in the ground, looking between your hands, and then kick, let the second leg stay down until you have created balance, and then you can get the second leg up. And your goal when training handstand kick-ups should be practicing the technique for the handstand kick-up. So you do this for repetitions, and your goal is to get into a handstand, balance it for maybe 1, 2, 3 seconds just to make sure you're in the correct position, then go down and repeat. And you can do this for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 repetitions, whatever you feel like, and do several sets of them within your handstand practice. And then obviously also practice handstand holds, handstand balance in addition to this, in order to get most out of your handstand sessions. Remember that if you're interested in a full handstand program with stepwise progressions, structured workouts and scheduled programs, you are more than welcome to check out my app, the Movement Trybe, which I will link down in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.